the central banks are kind of getting scared. Now, some of the central bank, like some of the big banks, Bank of America, and they're starting to say, we're going to do Bitcoin custody, meaning you can buy Bitcoin and hold it at Bank of America the way you can hold it on an exchange like Coinbase or crypto.com. So this is Janet Yellen that was just on CNBC, and what she's talking about, the Genius Act and everything. So just watch this and see like what this means. Backyard politics is in the chat. What is up? All right, let's hear what Janet Yellen has to say. Janet Yellen kind of feels like a cartoon character, but let's listen anyway.
Ask you two other quick questions. We've talked for many years, Secretary, about crypto. I think you have been a critic or at least a skeptic, and we have watched crypto just explode. Obviously, the Genius Act just passing last week. What do you think now?
Well, I have concerns about some of the legislation that was passed. I convened, I believe it was in 2022, the president's working group on financial markets to make recommendations about the appropriate regulation of stable coins. And I'm pleased to see that Congress did take up that topic and that a framework has been put in place. But unfortunately, I think it contains significant weaknesses. And so it's not all that I would have wanted to see. And that does give me concerns about what the role of stable coins, for example, will be going forward, whether or not there are adequate controls in place. And I believe they present financial stability risks that should be addressed.
So financial risks to central banks. That's what's telling there. And this was reposted by Nico from Simply Bitcoin, who we've had on the show. He's a friend of the show. That what she said is very significant because it's a risk to the central banks. Like, oh no, we got to protect the central banks. The central banks, the ones that fund war, the ones that like help, these hedge funds buy up all of the rental properties to why all of the rents all over America are through the roof and none of us can afford our bills. Is that those are the banks we're sort of like protect them? Like, oh no, we got to make sure we protect who, what, the defense contractors? We got to protect those guys, man. Like, oh no. This is why I say this, and I get some heat for it. Why I believe Bitcoin is a tool for activism. Bitcoin is a tool to take this money away from these folks. And Janet Yellen, again, is the Genius Act, as I understand it, I haven't read it page for page. Is there some stuff in there that I'm like, yes, of course. But do we need crypto regulation? Sure, of course. But be careful of the trying to push us into stable coins, because stable coins like USDC, a stable coin is a fine tool to use. Like I get paid from Rockfin in a stable coin in USDC, and I can convert that to dollars to pay bills, or I can buy Bitcoin with it or Ethereum, or I could use it to whatever. I could, buy stocks with it. I could do whatever I want with it. But I wouldn't want to have to do everything in that, because that's when the government can come in and really shut you down. And Bitcoin is permissionless. Like you can just send it to anybody anywhere in the world. I know people that are sending it to Gaza because, and it's that's what it was designed for. Again, read the Bitcoin white paper. So you got to read between the lines when they talk, especially when they're talking on a corporate media outlet like CNBC. And, we got to protect the central banks. Like Liz Warren just said that when the Genius Act was passed last week. Well, the central banks, and the stock, she goes, the stock market is the goose that laid. She's like, Liz Warren was defending the stock market. The stock market, Liz, the one that's like all those Ivy League guys that cook the books and for the 1% and just regular working class stockholders, we're just at the mercy of their casino for the ruling class. You know what I mean? It's like, so like, oh no, the stock market, like, okay. So again, which is Liz Warren, of course, works for, she's a corporate Democrat who acts like she's some lefty progressive, and she is not. Neither is Bernie, neither is AOC. Oh, gee, what did AOC just vote for? What did she vote for? Was it yeah, what did AOC vote for? Marjorie Taylor Greene has now joined forces with Rashida Tlaib. I'm sorry, if any of you would have put that in the chat last summer, I'd say you've been smoking way too much weed and you need to focus. Like I would have made fun of you last summer if you said, Graham, a year from now, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Rashida Tlaib are going to join forces and not wanting to fund Israel. And I'm going to go, yeah, you're out of your mind, but okay, good luck. And I would have been 1,000% wrong. So I can't make any predictions. Anyway, this is why I'm an advocate for Bitcoin. It is a tool for activism. I have a book that will be coming out called Bitcoin for Activists, and it will explain this, how it can be used, how it has been used for activist movements, and how it can be used, right? I always talk about the GameStop thing, which was 4 years ago. What was that, January or something of 2021? One of the single greatest activist movements I've ever seen. Nobody got shot with tear gas. Nobody got arrested. People made money. Regular people, just gamer, regular people made money. Fans were like, Graham, you should buy some GameStop. So I didn't. I was like, I didn't. I should have. So that's what's going down. Yeah, I bet she's okay with CBDCs and state-backed stablecoins. Of course, Janet Yellen is. Because anything that allows the state to control, they're down with. If there's a crypto version of that, they're down with it. What they cannot have is people just owning Bitcoin, people being their own banks, people sending money to anyone, anywhere in the world without the government sticking their banks sticking their hand in it. That's what they can't handle. And Liz Warren even said it. Well, if people just use Bitcoin, we can't control what they do with their money. Oh yeah, that sounds good to me. Wouldn't you like to be able to send some money to help people in Gaza who are starving to death? Wouldn't you like to do that? Or just any cause you believe in? Wouldn't you like to do that? So, like, share, subscribe, follow for more. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. And please go to my new YouTube channel, youtube.com/@GrahamElwood. This channel has been nuked. We have been siloed, shadow banned. Like, they've put a boot on our tire. So go to the new channel. It's scrolling below, youtube.com/@GrahamElwood. Excuse me. Sorry, I said it wrong. youtube.com/@, there it is, Bitcoin Hollywood. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. Buy Bitcoin and shave your knuckles for justice. Yippee boom.